it's the Unfiltered Journey, and today we are going to get into some things. One, Nolan's so called friends have created a fundraiser. Two, they have also initiated their own investigation per their attorney. And three, we're going to get into some fundraising that some other people have done, and there was no outrage, but when the victim's family doesn't fundraiser, then it's a problem. So it's okay for them to do it, and it's a problem when we do it. Got it. It just doesn't add up to me. But let's go ahead and get into the deets. The Griot. Give Sin a Go fundraiser of targeted friends of Nolan Wells. Raise over 100K. Blame race baiters for upending their lives. Nearly 1 month after Wells first disappeared following a boat party on July 4th weekend and was later found deceased, the conversation around this case continues to move further and further from learning what happened to him. This article was written by Brandon Caldwell, August 3rd of 2026, and I could not agree with him more on that last sentence. We still have no answers a month and so later. A fundraiser established to raise potential legal funds for some of the friends who were with Nolan Wells when he disappeared on July 4th has garnered more than $100,000 in donations, all aimed to help the teens who some feel have been ostracized from being able to mourn well. The Give Sin Go, established by Dr. Benjamin Hudson, the father of Warren Hudson, outlines the reasoning, specifically calling out attorney Ben Crump, Reverend Al Sharpton, and local provocators continue to invent and spread false narratives and lies with no accountability. According to Hudson, the fundraiser was established to serve two goals: to raise money to defend those friends of Nolan against wrongful death action filed by attorney Ben Crump and his team. The second goal is to fund a robust legal team to sue for litany of slander and libel being spread not only by Crump, but also many social media influencers, news outlets, and local provocators who know better. He concluded his post writing, "If you believe in the truth, due process, and holding people accountable through the rule of law and not through internet mobs, we ask for your support." Well, Dr. Benjamin Hudson, that's the problem. The law does not do what it does for all people. The law upholds its end when it comes to certain people, and then it doesn't when it comes to certain people, which is why the public has to put fire under the law to hold them accountable, because clearly there's a two-tier law, but you wouldn't be aware of that because the law benefits someone that looks like you. All my opinion. Moving on. Hudson previously offered up to $50,000 for information regarding Wells' disappearance, as reported by Sun Herald and TMZ. My thing with that is, if you have $50,000 to put up to figure out what happened to Nolan Wells, you have the money to help with your child's legal cost or legal fees, however you want to say it. You're using Nolan Wells' name to grift in order to raise money for your son's legal team. But that is Nolan's friend. Okay. Okay. Moving on. We don't know what happened, Hudson said. We have been completely transparent from the beginning because we want to know what happened too. Hudson said that his family has received thousands of death threats since Wells' body was discovered off the northwest tip of Horn Island 2 days after he disappeared. Since Wells' disappearance has become a national story, the Hudson family and friends connected to Wells aren't the only ones who receive threats and being slandered online. Christine Wansley, Nolan's mother, has been vocal about her treatment online as she continues to navigate the unimaginable normal of life without her son. Wansley has subpoenaed social media companies Meta and TikTok for answers surrounding her son's final moments online. On Facebook, Wansley once more defended her and her family's advocacy of learning the truth about her son and their desire to see a fair, honest, and transparent investigation. Quote, "If advocating for our deceased child to have a fair, honest, and transparent investigation while asking local authorities to treat his case as if it were their own makes you feel some type of way, please unfriend and block me because this is my social media page, she wrote on Facebook Sunday. We are not asking for special treatment. We just want the truth. His father and I will not stop searching for the truth. End quote. I 100% agree with her. There's no reason why she should stop wanting answers for what happened to her son because, quote unquote, Warren, who was her son's brother slash best friend, sarcasm, can't tell her what happened to her son. No one can tell Nolan's parents what happened to him. There was thousands of people, and no one saw what happened to Nolan. It's like he vanished in front of a whole bunch of people. It doesn't add up. It does not add up. And in my opinion, they're evoking this investigation makes me feel like you're a day and a dollar short. Like, why wasn't all this energy put into when Nolan first went missing? Like, and this is one of the reasons why I feel like there was such an outrage as well of the sheriff with his nonchalant response about he didn't see any foul play before even any investigation was done. And then the way his so-called friends reacted to him being missing. Like, there was no initiative. There was no initiative. There was nothing. Let's move on. According to CNN US, two of Nolan Wells' friends returned to island where teen went missing on July 4th boat trip, attorney says. More than a month after the body of Nolan Wells was found along the shoreline of a Mississippi barrier island, two friends believed to have traveled out to Horn Island with Wells returned there in an effort to investigate the case, their attorneys tell CNN. Like, this theme of this whole situation that I'm talking about today is going to be a day late and a dollar short, because where was all of this energy initially when Nolan went missing? Like, you guys should have put all of this energy into when Nolan went missing, because your actions didn't align to what a real friend or slash brother would do when Nolan went missing. But now that you guys are getting backlash from the world, now it's like you want to backpedal and rehearse and respond to what you should have done initially without being told. Like, this does nothing for me. Knowing this does nothing for me. And I don't know who is telling you guys to do this, but you're making things look even worse in the public eye. Like, are you kidding me? You're sparking your own investigation now, more than a month later. Do you want a cookie? Because this should have been something you did from the jump. Like, you guys are looking like clowns. I know Nolan is rolling around in his grave like what? I can't. But let's continue. Warren Hudson and Jack Pilato, who are believed to have been with Wells on the 4th of July, the day he went missing, went to the island Friday afternoon to investigate the layout and dynamic. Their attorneys Edward Andrew Palsy and J. Tyler Cox told CNN. They're being instructed by their attorneys to do this, I guess, so they can look like, quote unquote, all of this is my opinion. Everything in this video is my opinion. Nothing is facts, okay? But because I am an American and I'm entitled to my opinion, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And that's on that. Do you see me? Anyways, back to what I'm saying. They're being advised by their attorneys to look like they care now, to get emotional now. Like, they had to be told this to do these things in order for them to look good in the public eye, which You're doing horrible. You guys should just stop while you're ahead. I have no idea why you guys listen to your attorney, because this still does not make you look good in the public eye. You're now wanting to do an investigation. After more than a month later, you now want to show emotions. You did not show emotions in any of your interviews. You were very stoic, very hard, very monotone, straight across the board. And now, because you were instructed to, because you see all of the backlash in the comments of the public opinion, and now you want to retract and redact and backpedal. It's a no. It's a no for me. And I'm pretty sure it's a no for everybody else in the public eye that were thinking that your behavior initially when Nolan went missing was weird as well. It's going to be a 0 for me. 0 out of 10. Moving on. And I'm not saying that they did anything, but I'm saying now that they're wanting to show emotions, now they want to initiate an investigation, means nothing. Means nothing to me. This should have been done the day of, when they realized that Nolan was missing. The day of, or the following day. I don't even know if I would have did the following day. I would have been doing it the day of. But let's continue with this article as much as I could take. I'm not going to read the whole article because it's very long. But anyways, let's continue. It's unclear how the group intended to handle its unofficial investigation on the island. The attorneys told CNN on Friday night that they were on the island for about 3 hours. It was a very emotional afternoon for Warren and Jax. The attorneys said in a statement. Attorneys initially told CNN a third friend, Morgan Samore, was also planning on returning to the island. At this point, this is a public a publicity stunt, in my opinion. This is just a public outreach for everyone to see that they are emotional about Nolan Wells, and they are doing all they can do for Nolan Wells, and they are being the best friends that they could be, and the quote unquote brothers that they could be. But the problem with that is, baby, you are a day late and $1 short. This means nothing to the public, and you guys are literally making a clown of yourselves. You guys should have just sat down. Yes, not sit. You guys should sat down, be quiet, not quiet, be quiet, don't touch nothing, don't breathe too hard, and hush. Because this, what y'all doing now, is buffoonery. Buffoonery. Do you see me? It's buffoonery. And I don't know why the attorneys are advising y'all to do this, because it's too late. It's a little too late. And do the attorneys want to be in the spotlight or something? Like, what is really going on? I don't understand this. Nothing about this Nolan Wells case adds up to me. None of it. Because initially, like the Griot article that I read by Brandon Caldwell, when I say he hit it right on the head when he said it's farther and farther and farther from what happened to Nolan, it 1000% agree. Because what are we doing? Anyways, moving on. Okay, guys, I just want to go ahead and put a bug in your ear, since people get so uptight when the victim's family raise money. But they don't say anything when these perpetrators raise money. Kyle Rittenhouse, according to Google, raised several $1,000,000 across multiple crowdfunding efforts and foundations to cover his criminal trial, bail, and ongoing legal expenses. Okay, several millions. For pretrial bail, $2 million. Initial legal defense crowdfunding, $500,000 through $1 million. The Free Cow USA and Milo Fund Drive, $464,111, managed by his mother, Wendy Rittenhouse. Okay, so that's just a little bug to put in y'all ear. Were you guys in a outrage when Kyle Rittenhouse raised all of this money? But you want to talk about Christine and Elmroy, Nolan's parents. You guys can never make me upset about victims' parents getting to the bag, raising money to hold people accountable. You could never. Let's move on. George Zimmerman raised at least $314,099.17 through online donations for his legal defense funding during his 2012-2013 trial for the shooting of Trayvon, which was a child. He was somebody's baby. You could never make me feel any type of way about victims getting money. The initial website launch, Zimmerman initially created a personal website through therealgeorgezimmerman.com, which raised approximately $204,000 in PayPal donations. The bail controversy. Zimmerman and his wife hid these initial funds from the court during his first bond hearing. His wife was subsequently charged with perjury, and the judge raised Zimmerman's bail to $1 million because they were trying to hide money. But y'all gonna say something about the victim's family raising money? You could never. Then y'all have so much to say about Carmelo Anthony parents raising money for his legal fees. And y'all tried to make it seem like they were using his money for their personal gain when that was a lie. But let's check out the GoFundMe campaign for Austin Metcalf. His family raised approximately $636,699. Okay? So don't come here with your shenanigans about the victim's family raising money, because you could never make me feel any type of way. You just mad because they're doing it and you feel like they shouldn't have any type of compensation for their hardship. But you don't say anything about these people. You could never. And I'm going to end that off here. How do you guys feel about Nolan's so-called friends initiate an investigation? They have their own fundraising going on. Let me know in the comments section below. And that's it. That's all. The Unfiltered Journey. I'm out.